Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NFL, Bucks, and Bears. We've got a promo code for you guys. It's October if you want 15% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. The Bucks are road favorites in this one, -5.5. The total is 44.5. The Bucks have now won 3 games in a row. The Bears coming off their first loss of the season this past week to the Colts, 19-11, a game in which they did not cover. Scott Rickenbach joining us now to talk this matchup. Scott, what stands out to you in this one?
Well, we've got a low total to work with here, and we've seen how crazy the NFL was this week. Now entering the Monday Night Football game, so this is the 2 Monday Night Football games, I should say. We had 13 games so far this week. 11 of them totaled at least 45 points. The total on this game for this upcoming Thursday night matchup is just 44. Additionally, the winning team in 10 of those 13 games scored at least 30 points. We are seeing a lot of points in the NFL right now. And I know it seems you might be leery about taking an over involving the Bears right now, but keep in mind there was a key with this matchup this past week. And it was the reason I had the Colts as my biggest play of the week. And that was that Frank Reich, the coach of the Colts, head coach, was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles when Nick Foles won the Super Bowl with them. So he knew all about Foles. And keep in mind, people don't understand this or haven't really recognized it yet, at least from what I'm seeing out there. But the Colts have the #1 ranked defense in the league so far. And we're 4 games into the season now. We're 25% of the way through the season. You don't hear many people talking about that, but that Colts defense can play and play well. And that was a tough matchup for the Bears, and they really did struggle to score there. Now they take on Tampa Bay, and I know Tampa Bay has a pretty good defensive ranking so far this season as well. And I know some of this has been impacted by Brady throwing a few pick sixes, which could happen again in this game. But they have allowed 31 points or more in 2 of their 4 games so far this season. But at the same time, of course, you have to respect Brady and what he's doing with that Tampa Bay offense. They're putting up a bunch of points too. They're averaging 30 points a game so far this year. So I'm looking at the over in this matchup. I'm not crazy about it, but when I look at this game, I do see a little bit of value again, because the other thing I want to mention here that we're seeing this season is that the lowest scoring game out of all 4 of the Thursday night games was 44. 3 of the other 4 games that all totaled at least 54 points. We're seeing big numbers on these Thursday night games. And part of the reason for that is, keep in mind the scheduling situation. You have a short week to prepare. There's not as much time to study film and get your defense ready for what they're going to face. I think it gives the offense the advantage, leads to big plays for the offense. And of course, that in turn can lead to more scoring. This year, because of all the COVID stuff, keep in mind there's additional safety precautions, additional things that these guys are having to go through. It means even less time to spend getting prepared for that game. So when you're on a short week, it's tough. And in my opinion, that gives an advantage to the offenses because they know what they're going to do on the field. It's the defense that's trying to adjust to what the offense is doing. And I just think that that's a big edge for the offense. So again, not nuts about it, this play, because the Bears offense has struggled a bit at times, of course, but I think they're going to be in a big bounce back mode here. I like taking decent teams off an ugly performance, and they certainly had an ugly one against the Colts. But there was reasoning for that. Indy really knows Foles, and they have guys that know the Bears team very well. And so it was just a great matchup for Indy last week.
Right. I think the Colts are a lot better than some people like to give them credit for, too. That's going to wrap it up for our NFL talk here on Picks and Parlays. Good stuff from Scott Rickenbach. Scott, thanks for joining us.